All right, friends, in this lesson, we're wrapping up our work with addition. We're going to be working on fluently adding multi-digit numbers. All right, if we're in Florida, we're still working on the same standard. If you're not in Florida, it's probably something similar. I'm still working on number sense and operation standard 2 and benchmark 2.1. We're really now honing in on procedural fluency. We're wanting students to get more efficient with adding these, with adding multi-digit numbers. All right, so there's an opening word problem that's similar to one in your book. And so this one, I like this word problem because this is one where it has some extra numbers in it. Because a lot of times students automatically think you have to use every number that's in there. So in another video, we talked about a strategy called 3 reads. So definitely look that, if you've never heard of that strategy, check it out, look it up. It's a great strategy. The teacher reads the problem one time and you just say, what is the problem about? So you're just asking those questions. It's about an elementary school. It's about a food drive. They're collecting cans. And then you have like the one student read it the next time, read it. And then you say, what do we know? Well, we know on Tuesday it grew from this amount to this amount. So we know how much they had on Tuesday. We know how much they had on Wednesday. Sorry about that. And then you read it the third time as a choral class reading. And then the third time you answer the question, what are we trying to find out? So really just get students in the habit of really breaking down and deciphering these word problems. So in this one, like I said, there's some extra information here because we're actually just adding the 2,522 and the 1,239. So we'll go through here. The first thing that you'll do is we're going to review with your students the 3 methods that you have for finding the sums. And so you'll use each one of those methods here, the decomposing, the add-in, partial sums, and the algorithm. I actually work it out in the student video if you want to see those worked out. So we're driving students towards what is going to be the most efficient method. Let me pull the student version up. So you can see here where we've done this. Most of the time, we're going to say the standard algorithm is the most efficient method, but not necessarily, because right here, decomposing the add-in, while that one looks like it takes more work, it's just because we're writing all this out. But they may very well get to the point where they can mentally decompose and add those numbers. So that might be a thought to really encourage your students to start using that mental math, because it's a great way for them to check their work. But the bottom line is for them to pick the strategy that's most efficient for them. Okay, now this lesson is going to give you, there's another math language routine. We've talked about those in some of the other videos. This one is the routine 7, compare and connect. In this one, students identify, compare, and contrast their understandings with other students' mathematical approaches, representations, concepts, examples, and language. I say this is a great one because when they're looking at problems, let's look at the student version that I have here. So if I am looking, oh, my apologies, it's kind of a mess down here. Still not the one I wanted. Okay, if I'm looking at a problem, I am going to find it here. I found it. My apologies. Okay. So if we're looking at a problem, then it may be that some students use the algorithm, other students may have used partial sums, or others may have used decomposition. So if you find a problem that lends itself, like this problem, it lends itself to really using decomposition or the standard algorithms, or mentally using partial sums. So when you see problems like that, it's a great opportunity to implement this language routine and have students talk about their different strategies. There's also, I found a great activity. It is available through Open Up Resources, which is a free online resource. If you have a valid email, you can sign up for it. And let me pull up, let's look at that. Just one second here. Okay, this is the one that I showed in the parent video that I thought would be great fun for parents. It's like they could do family bingo night. There's another one called target numbers that takes a little bit more instruction. So I thought this one might be better as a school one to do in school. So what you're trying to do is get the sum as close to 1,000 without going, excuse me, I'm so sorry, without going over. So their partners roll three number cubes to get a starting number. Now they get to pick which one is the hundreds, which one is the tens, and which one is the ones. Okay, so they start with their starting number in that first space. And then they take turns, they roll the three number cubes, add the two numbers together, get the sum. And then they keep going. The goal is to get as close to 1,000 without going over. So it might be a great opportunity to do some review and build in some remediation if students need some extra work with Fluently adding three-digit numbers. So I'll put that link. It's on the PDF, and I'll also put it below. All right, friends. Hope you enjoy that lesson. Moving on to subtraction in the next one.